I met with a friend and we had some interesting conversations about offers and sales and marketing and then life, momentum, and building skills about business, how to scale business, how to improve, and how to get rid of motivation. That was the most important thing I think about the part, because most people are reliant on motivation, on inspiration, on passion, on all the kind, and even on pain. To really, pain is a very good motivator for action. But if you rely on motivation, you will never ever be able to conquer this dichotomy of pleasure and pain in terms of motivation. The motivation is just a dichotomy between pleasure and pain. You get motivated to do things because of pleasure, because of results, because of things, and then you stop doing them because the rewards don't seem as good as they should and as they were, and then you fall down, you get a bit of pain, and then you do something because of pain. So that's the dichotomy of motivation, and you can only transcend that through momentum. As opposed to cars, we humans do not have like we have an engine, but we do not have the same capabilities as a car. The car is fixed. Imagine like momentum is like going from a motor that is like, I don't know, super super small to one that's super super fast and super big and really can drive you to 200 kilometers an hour. That's the point of momentum. You have so much capacity, you've built so much capacity that no matter what is thrown at you, you do not have a problem. You have all the speed in the world to just plow through everything like it's absolutely nothing. And that's the whole point of momentum. It feels undestructible. And if it is destructed and you take a break, you take a vacation, you do something that cuts off all momentum, you can always go back to 1 minute sessions and really build up that momentum once again so that you can start to feel unstoppable yet again. And that's the point. In terms of offers and business, we talked about the fact that most people think of offers at the worst level possible, which is to think of offers as a discount. They only think about the price discount that the client gets, when in fact, that's the last thing you want to say. There are so many things that you can save the client as opposed to price, because price is just cutting your bottom line, is just cutting into your profits. So that's exactly where you're giving. You're taking money from your pocket and putting in their pocket just to get their business in the hopes that they will stick around, so you get profit off of them on a long-term horizon. And that's the point. You can offer other things, like for instance, deferred payment, like the payment method. Is it a one installment payment? Is it a monthly fee? Is it a yearly fee? What's the payment like? That's one thing that you can do, and you can do it gradually to get someone to a sales process. That's the whole point. First of all, there is time. I said there is payment method first. That's the easiest one. You still get the money, but you get it in chunks. You don't get it all at the same time, because for some people, paying like $10,000 is super expensive if they pay it once. But if they pay it in 2 years, they're not gonna feel like it's too much. Most people pay $10,000 in 2 years on something. That's the whole point. You want that $10,000 to come to you. If it's in 2 years, does it really make a difference? If it does, then we're gonna change it in like 6 months. And then that's the whole point. It's people discount first when they should actually use first the payment method, the deferred payment method, and then also time. You can discount on time. Like if I tell you it's gonna take 3 months to do that thing, but I know it's gonna take 1 month. And then I tell you, like, look, no, I can do it in half the time, 1 month and a half. How about that? Do you want to buy now? Just half the time. You don't have to wait 3 months. I've just basically given you 50% discount just over there. he's going to be crazy to ask for a 50% discount on the price if you cut the time in half. It's ludicrous. If you tell someone like, look, I'm going to build you a house and it's going to take 3 months and it's this price. And they say, no, that's too expensive. Okay, I can do it in 1 month and a half. Is that fair for the same amount of price? They're like, 1 month and a half. Wow, that's incredible. And they even want to see it if you can do it, you know? It's 100% guaranteed that I'm going to do it in 1 month and a half. If not, I'm going to give you a 20% discount. How about that? You know, it's conditional, and that's the whole point about a discount. It has to be conditional. It really has to be conditional. The client needs to give you something back. If you put it like that, I've learned this from selling things online. If you put a package together and someone negotiates with you and you tell them like, look, I'm going to take that away and I'm going to give you the 30% discount. That's fine. If I'm selling a camera with a lens, okay, I'm going to sell you the body and I'm going to keep the lens and the memory card. And then they're going to be, oh, no, I wanted the whole package. Okay, fine. For the whole package, I can do 5% less money. Okay, fine. You would be amazed how fast people change when they have to lose, because when they negotiate and they only negotiate on price and you counter offer, there is only upside for them. The moment you put some pain, the moment you put some condition, some loss to them, like I can give a 30% discount, but instead of 3 months, it's going to take 5 months. Why? Because I have clients who pay the 100%. So I'm going to prioritize those people and let you be in 5 months. If that sounds good to you and you are not in a rush, I'm okay to give you a 20% discount. So that's the point. It's conditional. Always put it conditionally. And another point about putting conditions on your discounts is if you give a discount, always give it as a reward for behavior. So because that's how people feel special. If a discount is almost useless for the client because it's just money. It's almost useless for the client as opposed to making them feel special. And that's the reason they're gonna refer you to other people, because they're gonna be like, look, I got a discount because I was a good client to this person. And I told them the ideal client, and they told me like our collaboration was amazing, and that's why I gave you a discount. And they're gonna tell their family about that story. Why? And even if it's not true, you're just giving them the discount just because you want to give them the discount, or you want to move them up the sale. I have friends who have told me a story about buying a house, and they bought that house just because the family said, like, look, we really want to move from to another country, and we cannot because we can't sell this house. And they didn't even negotiate on the price of the house. They had a better deal in another fucking place. Sorry for swearing. In another place for a better apartment, for a cheaper deal, but they bought this apartment because of the story, because of how they made them feel. And they told me that story 5 times, even though it's 14 years later since they bought the apartment. Why? Because I am the one person who saved this family and helped them move and be with their children in Australia. You understand? It's an identity forming experience. You tie your discount to an identity forming experience. That's the whole point. When you give a discount, always conditional. And we talked about momentum and the fact that in order to be able to have disproportional results, you need to have a lot of momentum. Momentum is key to losing all motivation, everything that people rely on, the pain-pleasure dichotomy. If you just break out of it by having enough momentum that you don't even need to, and you change that momentum by changing the slope of the object and also the speed and the roundness of the object so that the friction is so much lower and the object actually accelerates and it has so much momentum, so much inertia that is absolutely impossible for you to really to put it in perspective in terms of sports. Someone who runs 30 or 20 kilometers, how hard do you think it is for them to run a kilometer? So easy. Or put it in terms of weight. For someone who can lift 100 kilos and someone else who can lift 45, 5 kilo differences, and he cannot lift more than 45. Lifting 50 kilos for the person who's going to lift 100 kilograms is going to be super easy because it's half of their capacity. And that's the point. Half of their capacity, and the other person, it will be impossible because it's super impossible. But if they train to 100 and then now they have to do 50, that's the point. That's the way you get more energy. You build so much capacity for energy, for being alive, for being charismatic and having confidence, conviction, and also being laser sharp. You gain more energy from doing that activity the more repetitions you have. That's the point. The thing that was so painful at the beginning is now giving you so much energy that you cannot stop doing it. You are unstoppable. That's the definition of unstoppable momentum.